Hey guys, what's up? This is Herbie Derpy, and this is gonna be my first Pokemon Narrated Wi-Fi battle. I usually like to play RU tier, and so this is gonna be an RU match, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this battle, because I'm gonna be pretty nervous giving this narration, and this is a pretty damn long battle, because it gets really stally at certain spots. So, let's get straight to the battle, and I really hope you enjoy this. So he's gonna start off with a Marowak. I'm gonna start off with Drapion, and I am completely retarded, and I completely forgot that he had an Amoonguss on his team. So I'm gonna be setting up two toxic spikes, and he's gonna one shot me with an earthquake. So I really underestimated the power of this Marowak. I thought it'd be a much more defensive variant, but because he's all out offensive. So now that I know that, I'm going to go into my Gligar, and he's going to go for a few double edges, and that's not going to do anything to my Gligar, considering that Gligar is a beast at being a defensive wall in RU. So he's going to keep going for double edges, but he has the ability where you don't get recoil damage, so he doesn't take any recoil from double edge. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake, get rid of his sub, and he's going to switch into his Amoonguss, who's going to just absorb my Toxic Spikes, and I'm going to go for a Roost. So here, I know Spore is coming, and I need something to be Spore fodder, so I'm going to go switch into Altaria. And my Altaria does have Natural Cure, so I can pretty much put Spore on, I can let it get Spored, and I can switch out into something else. So, that's my game plan. So I'm going to switch out my Altaria. I'm going to go into my Mantike, and he is going to go for a hidden power, and I presume this hidden power is Ice. So now I know the Spore is coming because he knows that Natural Cure get rid of the first Spore. So I'm going to set up a sub, and sub is going to block the Spore, and I'm going to set up an Offering now to get a little bit of regeneration. So it's going to keep going for hidden powers, and it's not really doing anything. I don't know why he kept going for hidden power. It should have gone for Giga Drain, which is his other main attacking move. So I'm gonna keep going for Scald, praying for a burn, nothing happens. It's gonna switch into Rotom Cut, go for another Scald, and I do get the burn on the Rotom Cut, and I really wish I got in on the Amoonguss, because Amoonguss is one stally ass guy. So he's gonna go for a Volt Switch, 4 times effective, no chance of not breaking the sub. He's gonna do a Sharpedo. Now I'm gonna set up another sub because I knew he was going to use an electric move to break my sub. So he's going for a Crunch, kill my sub. Now I'm going to go for a Toxic on this Sharpedo. The Sharpedo does have speed boost, so this is really worrying me a lot. So I know he's going to go for another Crunch, so I'm going to switch out back into my Gligar. He does indeed go for a Crunch. It's not going to do that much. So here I thought he was going to go for maybe a Hydro Pump, because I know some Sharpedos are like mixed, judging from the Life Orb. So going back into my Mantike, and I do have Water Absorb, but actually goes for Ice Beam, and that was really good on my part, because had he, if I made my Gligar stay in, my Gligar probably would have been screwed. So he's gonna go for another Ice Beam, predicting my switch back into Gligar. So that was a bad plan on his part, and I'm gonna go set up another sub on my Mantike. So he's gonna go for a Volt Switch again, break my sub, and he's going to Volt Switch out back into his Amoonguss because he knows I can't do anything to him. I'm going to go for a Scald and hope I get a burn, but I don't get it, which is really unfortunate. So now I'm just going to sack my Mantike because I don't really have a safe switch in for this Amoonguss. I'm just going to let him kill me off with a Giga Drain. So that's really unfortunate. And here I make a really bad play. I go into my Jinx, and I'm thinking that, oh, I can just probably kill it off with a Psychic. But no, not even close. And it's going to put me to sleep, and this is a huge problem for me, because now my only counter to this Amoonguss is that Jinx, and now that Jinx is asleep, and that was a terrible play on my part. So I'm going to switch out, and he knows I'm going to switch, so he's going to go for a Stun Spore on my Altaria. Hidden Power Ice on my Altaria does not even do half, and that's 4 times super effective. So this kind of shows the power and the bulk of this Altaria. I'm going to start setting up some Dragon Dances and some Roosts, and kind of just do a little bit of stalling. He's going to keep going for Hidden Power Ice in hopes of trying to kill me. Not really going to do anything for him, so I'm just going to keep Dragon Dancing, Roosting, and the Paralysis really isn't helping either, because I'm still slower than the Amoonguss, which is just sad. So I get paralyzed right here. I think I was going to go for a Roost, But now I'm gonna have to switch out. But he actually knows I'm gonna switch out and goes for a sub, which is good. He goes for double edge. I'm gonna go for a roost, and he's gonna keep going for double edges, and I'm gonna break his sub this turn with an earthquake. And now he's gonna switch out back into his into his Alomomola. And I'm gonna predict that switch and go for a toxic. And now I know he's gonna go for a toxic too. So I'm gonna go into my Altaria, who has to take that toxic. So here, I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but so he switches back into his Amoonguss. I go for a roost just to get some HP back. And now, I go back into my Gligar, and he's gonna go for Hidden Power Ice, and that was a really, really bad play on my part, because now my Gligar is so low. But now I'm gonna go for a Roost. He's gonna go for another Hidden Power Ice, but it's not gonna do as much since I lost my Flying type with Roost for that one turn. But he actually makes a really smart play and goes for Giga Drain, which is gonna do just about as much as I roosted. So now I have to switch out. He's gonna go for a Stun Spore, and he knows I'm gonna switch out. So this is bad for me. So he's gonna go for another Hidden Power Ice, and I get Parahax. And I think I was gonna go for a Dragon Dance this turn. I'm gonna go for another Hidden Power Ice. And thank God I don't get Parahax. I'm gonna go for a Roost and get a lot of my HP back. So he's gonna keep going for Hidden Power Ice. I'm gonna keep on roosting, and I'm gonna try to get my HP back up to a point where I can safely go for a Dragon Dance. But I'm gonna switch out, and I think this is the time to go into my Kling Klang, who can probably sweep and win this game for me. So I'm gonna go for a Shift Gear. He's gonna go for a Stun Spore, and that's totally fine with me. So he's gonna go back into his Marowak, and I'm gonna go for another Shift Gear. So now I'm at +2 attack, +4 speed. But here I get Parahax, and this was huge. I just lost my one hope in killing that Marowak, but it just dies. And that was so bad, because I probably would have had this game in the bag if I didn't get Parahax that one turn. So I'm gonna go for a Roost, get my HP up. He's gonna switch into a Fracture, which I assume has a Violite. And he actually carries Taunt, and I did not know that those things can carry Taunt. So he's gonna start going for a Dragon Dance. I'm gonna go for an Earthquake. Does a decent amount, but this is actually scaring me a lot. So he's going for another Dragon Dance. I'm gonna go for another Earthquake, and it looks like this is his last turn to do some damage. So he's gonna go for an Outrage, just a lot. But I'm gonna finish that off that Fracture with an Earthquake. So he's going back to his Rotom C. I really can't do anything here, so I'm gonna go into my Altaria. He's gonna go for a Leaf Storm. Does absolutely nothing to me. So because Altaria is just a beast. So here he's gonna go back to his Alomomola. I'm gonna go for a Dragon Dance, and I'm thinking this is the time for my Altaria to sweep. Like, I have to go for it right now. I'm gonna start setting up the Dragon Dances. I don't care if I get Toxic, which he's gonna do this turn. I have to set up Dragon Dances, and I have to kill some stuff right now, because I'm not gonna get another opportunity like this ever again. So I'm gonna take the risk. Now this is my third Dragon Dance or fourth. I'm not too sure. He's gonna go for a Wish, and I feel like he's gonna protect. So I'm gonna. Actually, no, he switches out. Actually, so I think I thought he was gonna protect. So I'm gonna go for another Dragon Dance. He's gonna get a Rotom Seed to 50% HP, which isn't much at all. And he's gonna switch up back to his Marowak. I have no idea why, but I'm gonna go for a Dragon Claw to finish off his Marowak. Now he's looking pretty good for me, because right now my Atari is looking really strong. He's gonna go back to his Alomomola, and now he goes for to protect. And I knew he was gonna do this, so I'm gonna go for a Roost and get back a lot of my HP. This will allow me to survive at least one more turn of Toxic, so I can do some damage. So I'm gonna go for another Dragon Claw, and that's gonna take out his Alomomola. And now he's going back into his Amoonguss, and I'm hoping I can kill, but I don't. And this Amoonguss is completely walling me. So now my Altaria is dead. And this is really, really bad. So I'm going to go into my Jinx, and I'm praying that I can wake up. So first turn, I don't wake up. He's going to go for a Giga Drain. Not going to do that much to my Jinx, because Jinx does have a respectable amount of special defense, even though I'm not EV training HP. So here, he's going to switch out into his Rotom C. I'm like, hoping I can pull off an Ice Beam. Nope, it doesn't happen. And now, this is probably my last one before I die. he got a hidden power. It does not even kill me, and I'm so surprised that did not kill me. But Jinx is stupid and stays asleep for 3 turns, and that really cost me. Now he's gonna go for another hidden power, which I guess is fire. That's gonna take out my Jinx, and this is bad because now my last guy is Gligar, and I can't do anything to this Rotom C. So he's just gonna take out my Gligar and win the game. So that was a pretty long game. It's okay that I lost though because I learned so much from this battle. I think I really need to try not to get para-hacked. I feel like I need Heal Bone on my Altaria because I think that would have helped so much with the whole Spore issue because that was such a big problem. And I definitely need to change my team to get a better counter for that Amoonguss because I've never seen something wall my wall team. So that's kind of sad. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, give me some constructive criticism because I want to know if you like this format or not because this is definitely not the DS format that you usually see in most typical games. So if you like some of my guys, like feel free to talk about it, and otherwise let me know what tier I should do next battle. So until then, peace.